Balavoine, mais, Sky.
What would happen if we suddenly disappeared? The first few weeks would be chaotic. Within hours, power plants would run out of fuel and shut down. As lights go out and electric fences lose their sting, over 1.5 billion cows, nearly 8 billion pigs, and more than 20 billion chickens will break out of their enclosures, desperate for food. Without any humans to feed them, most of these livestock will starve or become food for over 500 million dogs and a roughly equal number of cats who now have to fend for themselves. Of course, many of our fancy breeds are ill-suited for life in the wild and will probably be outcompeted by hardier mutts, not to mention wolves, coyotes, and wildcats. Other animals that depend on humans, from rats to cockroaches, will suffer drastic population declines. Some, like body lice and head lice, will go extinct. In the cities, many of our famous boulevards are now rivers. Without electric pumps to keep them dry, underground subway tunnels will quickly fill with water. Other streets will be overtaken with weeds and vines, followed by larger plants and trees. But before that happens, most cities will be wiped out by fire. Modern houses, especially in the suburbs, are still largely made of timber. With no firefighters around, a single lightning strike is all it takes to start a fire that could burn whole subdivisions to the ground. In the countryside, many wood structures will be destroyed within a few decades, if not by fire, then by termites and other decomposers. After 100 years, most wood structures will be gone, and anything made of steel, from apartment buildings to cars and even bridges, aren't far behind. Steel is mostly iron, and without constant application of paints and coatings, it will quickly react with oxygen in the atmosphere and return to its native form of iron oxide, or rust. By this time, humans have been gone for a few hundred years, and most species of animals around the world, at least the ones we haven't driven to extinction, will have bounced back to the levels they were at before we evolved. But their distribution will remain forever altered. Camels now roam Australia, while in North America, dozens of species of songbirds imported from Europe will continue to thrive. It's even possible that in some parts of the world, escaped zoo animals could form new wild populations, leading to the prospect of lions on the Great Plains or hippos in South American rivers. Forever proliferating through space will be the electromagnetic radiation we created from our radios, satellites, and phones. But if anything will outlast us on Earth, it may be our trash. The chemical bonds that hold together plastics or vulcanized rubber are immune to most of the digestive enzymes used by bacteria to break down natural polymers, and unlike metals, plastics don't rust or corrode. These microplastics escape into waterways or drift along in the ocean and are eventually deposited in sediments. Hundreds of millions of years from now, alien geologists from outer space may be surprised to find sedimentary rocks full of tiny carbon-based particles that were once part of rubber tires or plastic bags.
Daniel Balavoine au Palais des Sports pour 8 jours à Paris, des chansons et toujours des idées bien à lui. Daniel Balavoine, invité de cette édition.
Ce qui est marré, c'est qu'aujourd'hui, Daniel Balavoine, c'est l'anti-Starac, puisque là, on se retrouve devant une classe de gamins qui chantent ses chansons, alors que lui, il a fait ses classes dans des groupes de rock, il a galéré, il a connu toutes les galères des groupes de rock des années 70.
Oui, mais en même temps...
Moi, je le sais, on avait des choses à dire. Evelyne et moi...
La patience de me supporter, j'espère que vous avez aimé le disque et qu'il faut en faire partie de la discothèque que j'ai à la maison. Je suis journaliste, maman. L'édito des informations de 95.2 à 18h30. 2 minutes et demie par jour, ils m'ont donné. Je vous ferai remarquer, monsieur le président, que vous allez avoir du mal car j'ai des inconditionnels ici dans la salle. Ça peut changer. Ils sont venus avec des pieds.
Tout savoir sur Daniel Balavoine. Balamed.skyrock.com